Alright chaps, welcome back to Battle Brothers. So in the last episode I showed you my experimentals, and now I want to show you my test subjects, and we can compare the two warbands and how differently they fight. And then I think that my ideal warband for a 12-man squad is somewhere in between these two. So you might remember that the experimentals, most notably about them, they had a 4-archer backline who were, versatile, both throwing weapons and archery specialization. And they had flails on the outside flanks, great swords on the inside flanks, 2 mace masters and a swordsman. So the first thing you'll notice here is how different the setup looks. I was testing out my tanks. I was in a bit of a tank phase when I was building the test subjects. So here's the first tank, Tillman, the spear master. You'll notice he's only got 74 melee skill at level 14, which is obviously dreadful. But with 93 hit points and 47 base melee defense and 71 fatigue, even with a coat of plates and a decorated full helm, and he's got iron lungs. He's quite a beast. Now, I felt like I wanted to give him Colossus. I went back and forth for quite a while about Colossus or Indomitable, but in retrospect, really, I shouldn't have taken Shield Expert. I think he would have been better off with Indomitable instead of Shield Expert. And there's Torkel, who's the other spear guy. He's much better, as you can see. And having them fight with these fighting spears is actually not bad. And you'll see once you whip away your heater shield and you got the double grip, 43 to 50 is not bad. He's leveled the same way. These guys are quite tough, as you can see. Inside flank, I've got Banhard, the cleaver user. So I went back and forth as to whether or not to make him a duelist, but I knew that the crypt cleaver is out there as a weapon, and I was hoping it had different skills, but it's got the same. You'll see, it's pretty damn good, 65 to 85. The numbers are okay, and he's a very good finisher. He's very good at decapitating guys and shattering morale. Landrick is a pretty straight dagger master. Again, I wish I hadn't taken Shield Expert. I could have taken something better, like Killing Frenzy or Crippling Strikes. Backstabber, also, I go back and forth about Backstabber, but for someone in the central position, I find Backstabber pretty good. Siegfried is a pretty standard Zweihänder build. He's got Berserk, but he doesn't have Killing Frenzy. I felt like I had to give him Gifted because his stats weren't that high. You can very much see that this is a warband who are guys who I've had in here for a while, and I haven't yet been able to replace them, and here are the guys who are going to be their replacements. On the back line here, Hakon, who's a pretty standard shield breaker. He's one of the best shield breakers I've ever had. I really think he is. On this build, what would I change? I would take out Backstabber and give him Killing Frenzy. With his melee skill, he doesn't need Backstabber. It's nice, but it's not necessary. You'll also notice that this warband has a lot more of these armor attachments from the Unhold, and I find that they are the very best for the backline, because traditionally, pretty much the only thing that kills my archers on my backline is a crossbow bolt to the face, which is typically on turn 1. It's the first shot, and that's what the Unhold armor is perfect for. The shot comes in entirely ignored by the Unhold armor, so it's amazing. Who's this here? Oh yeah, so this build has 2 pikemen, and I thought, well, let me see just how good can a pikeman be. So this is my companion with the 2 stars, 96 melee skill with his bullhook, and occasionally using a war scythe. He's a fucking monster, especially with the strange mushrooms usage. But honestly, I wish I'd made him a mace specialist. I mean, even with just, nimble, and like in this setup, if you put him on the front line, instead of bags and belts, I could give him Colossus. He'd have over 100 hit points. He'd be nimble, he'd be friggin' hard to hit, he'd be quick-handed, he could be using his mace a lot better. And then I've got here just pure archers. This is a totally standard build. Fearsome, Berserk, bags and belts. Why did I give him bags and belts? Oh, because I think, yeah, I was testing to see whether it's worth using throwing axes with throwing mastery. Emmerich is a pretty standard archer as well. Bjarne the Sergeant, nice little legendary item there. In the back lines, I've got a Fletcher I want to level up. I've got another Zweihander good to go soon. A Warhammer specialist. Once he's level 11, he will go on the front line and replace one of the Spearmasters. And the same thing here with Albrecht. My spear tanks have done their job, which is to start from the early on and get you to this point. You know, it's to get you to 200 days plus. So as the two warbands stand now, I think it's pretty clear that my experimentals would win in a fight against the test subjects, but I want to change up the test subjects a little bit. Neither of the two warbands are leveled exactly as I would want, but that's the whole point of these offline things, to try different stuff and experiment. Ugh, gross. I've got to go fight goblins. What's our daily? 404. Okay, so we need probably a week's worth. Or we could just keep grinding missions and eventually we'll get given a clear out some goblins. Okay, 1,000 gold, easy money. What do we have here? Lots of nets. That's one great thing about this map that I'm on. No shortage of nets. Okay, what you got for us? Kill marauding greenskins. Easy. Easy money. Around where? Varl. Ugh, let me go all the way there. Ugh, guys. This DLC must get released now. I got such entertainment blue balls waiting for season 8 of Game of Thrones to come out. Ooh, we should farm those direwolves for their pelts. Do I need any more pelts? Not particularly. Like, I mean, there, I've already got an attachment there. Now we got plenty. Oh, look at that! Thick white fur from Unhold. I need to go to a taxidermist, because some of these guys up front here who don't necessarily have the hit points could benefit from that greatly. That thick white fur upgrade is amazing. Lowers armor piercing damage by 33%. Oh, that's so tempting. I want to fight these guys. Yeah, see, they don't want anything to do with us. They know we'll fuck them up. So at some point in this hour, I want to show you what this particular warband is good at, which is holding off swarms. My two spearmasters on the outside flanks, you give them those speetums, and they are amazing at holding off the outside flanks and funneling the majority of the enemies into the center of the formation, where the rest of your group makes pretty short work of them. I really hope this is just a bunch of wolf riders. What I don't want is a bunch of ambushes, and good God forbid a shaman. They're just a bummer to fight. Okay, so it is orcs. Cleaver, dagger, greatsword time. I think I might actually want Ralph to fight this one. He's fairly good. And he got himself a Warhammer. Quick hands. Battle forged. Oh yeah, so who's going to sit out on this one? Probably my dagger master, as he's less useful. Greatsword. I certainly want my pikemen and my shield breakers. The Fletcher, that's not a fight for you. Level 8 Zweihander, that's not a fight for you. Ah yes. And then Conrad, I think, has decent potential as a Warhammer user. 60 at 3, a star in melee defense, and he's got Iron Jaw and Swift. Swift is so nice. on that hero. It's just, wait, hang on. One quick little second. Make sure. Okay, yeah. I've got the setup that I want. Having Swift just to offset his negative range defense from being a wild man is amazing. I think we moved the formation up by 1 square. Shot Hakon. Nice, good shot. You see how different it plays when you've got 5 up front, 7 at the back. I still think 7 up front is the way to go though. For the longer, super difficult missions. I could actually step out here, but that's fine. Shot. My pikemen and my shield breaker can actually stay where they are. Because I mean they can just whip out a secondary weapon with no problem. Now Hakon, you are a shield breaker, so don't bother reloading. I'm expecting these warriors to be in melee range pretty damn soon. Wait, let them come. Bernhardt, can you execute a motherfucker? Yes, you can! Oh, they don't like that, do they? Nice morale, nerd. So what I can actually do here is shoot, move forward, quick hands, attack. And adrenaline. These pikemen are fucking amazing. Just once they get caught into melee range, they struggle a bit. I know. Finish that nerd off. And then quick hands your bullhook and wait for these guys to come forward. Bjarni. It's not bad actually. It's... Shoot again, yeah. Eduard, you are a shield breaker, so shoot, reload, shoot. Oh, look at, he's got 41 range skill. And what were those percentage chances? 47, like, that's odds on, that's not bad. You see, this is the very strong counter, I was trying to say, the very strong counter argument to having 4 archers on the back line. Actually, Tillman, I should have had you attack with your fighting spear. I think I'll get more out of it than a speetum. Act in 1 turn. Just stab him, honestly. Because if I spear wall, he'll just go north, which I don't want. Oh, whoopsie, I could have used shield up. I continue to forget how many ability points you have left over. See, now Emmerich doesn't have quick hands, but you see it's like, what was that armor damage? 35 armor damage. Whereas here, how much armor damage am I going to do? Metal plate hit for 35, yeah, exactly the same. So I feel like that's pretty conclusive with your ranged guys. If you aren't going to give them throwing weapon mastery, it's not worth giving them throwing weapons. Great shot. Love warhammers. Now we. See, that's not terrible. 46 armor damage, 47 armor damage. I mean, it's nowhere near a proper weapon, but I will say that my spear fighters were amazing in the first 100 days because they come online so quickly. They are comparatively quite effective. I'm definitely going to be using a spear fighter archetype of some sort when it comes time for me to do my peasant horde, just because they are so cheap, and in order to make them even cheaper, especially with the big hit points, I should have, instead of building them as battle forged and brawny, I should just give them nimble and maybe even dodge, and that's going to keep them alive for so much cheaper. They won't be as survivable as a hedge knight, but like these guys are hedge knights now, but now is the part of the campaign where I want to replace them. So they've finally gotten good in terms of using their perks, and I want to get rid of them. Whereas if I give them the nimble and just chainmail, then they can get up to their full potential a lot quicker, even if their full potential is admittedly lower. Oh, that's disappointing. Fatigue. That was his second hit. Okay. But throwing weapons are so satisfying, though. On the Peasant Horde playthrough, after the DLC comes out, I'm going to have to think long and hard about how I'm going to have archers with the Peasant Horde, because I do take seriously the cost of having more than 2 archers. I mean, just the actual monetary cost of shooting all that ammo. Excellent, well done. Level 14 spear, 85. What does he need? He needs fatigue as always, and he needs a bit of range defense, honestly. Yeah, these Spita are a bit underwhelming, but when they really shine is against unarmored targets. Like you'll see these Spita when you are against Nachters or zombies or spiders, they're really good. He's a nimble guy, so hit points. I think his fatigue is fine. That's genuinely fine. And as you can see, I've got lindworm shields here. Very nice. I'm looking at this back 7, and who am I going to switch out once I have the front 7 that I want? I'll probably take out the pikemen and really only use them against certain enemy types. As good as they are and as versatile as they are, I think those extra frontline guys, when it's a two-handed great sword or great hammer or something, I think it's going to be better. If I would level this troop or this warband over again, I would certainly want my pikemen. I don't remember if I've already done the undead event. I think I did. I think it was my second one. Let's see, what have we got there? Is there maybe a hedge knight in there? So when I fought against the undead, we were pretty damn good. Okay, so some marksmen, you boys should know the drill by now. I think Ralph can do this fight, that's fine. And yeah, leave your lads as they are. Fine. 29. Look at the range defense numbers. 30, 37, 24. This is amazing. I forgot what it is that I made it out of. Second wind potion. When you drink it, it gives you, I think it's plus 5 fatigue extra per turn. Or 10 fatigue recovery per turn. Amazing. You know what? Tillman, you can sit this one out. And we'll put Siegfried there on the outside. And I want my spear master. My dagger master. I want him to be able to dagger that brigand leader. So now this is a little bit different to the other warband where I would just sit back and let my 4 archers shoot. Whereas with this one I actually have to move forward 1 or 2 squares to allow my crossbowmen to shoot as well. Moving 1 square forward, my archers can typically, my crossbowmen can typically only hit their front line, but that's fine. They're coming at me. Okay, great. Which, if memory serves, I think happens more often because I've got such overwhelming ranged numbers. I could take this shot, but my boys are going to be moving forward, so fuck it. So this is Hakon, who can crossbow. Quick hands. Oh, I thought, damn, I thought he was a pikeman. Screwed that up. Einar is definitely a pikeman who can move forward, so he's going to wait. Ralph, but see if he can't get a little cheeky kill there for us. Nope. Landrick, are you my dagger master? Motherfucker. I don't think I want to run forward here. I think these lads are going to run forward, and I want to keep these shields up instead. Bernard. Dagger, no. Cleaver. I've got to be respectful here of dreaded Alfred. That claymore is scary. Nice. La. It's noticeable how the pikemen have been buffed by reducing the AP cost of attack. So Dietrich got hit there. That was his first hit and he took damage. So clearly the damage ignore of the unhulled armor only works to the body, which I suppose is fair enough. Oh shit, I forgot to check who actually has throwing nets. Because the big thing you got to remember about this group is we don't have any mace, two-handed mace specialists, so I can't stun high threat targets. Two 76s, huh? Missed them both. Arcing Hell, 77 missed. It's 3 plus 70s in a row. It happens. Okay, that is unlucky now. I'm getting annoyed. Anger rising. Okay, so that's 3 70s and 2 60s in a row that we've missed. Eduard, you are a axe user. That's what I'm talking about. Much better. Fucking hell. Look at the damage numbers. Not terrible. I mean, it's not great either, but... maybe with a legendary spear of some sort. Get him, Bernard! 80% chance miss. Okay, so 3 70s, 2 60s, and an 80. Fuck my life. Fuck you. Come on. Oh. Yeah, that missed. Righto, who do we shoot at? We'll just fire into the group. I think I want to finish this nerd off. Good lad. Yes, Amich. Let's put pressure on these archers. Got here. Hammer. Thunk. Get thunked. Nice hit. I don't give a goddamn about his armor. I just want that sword. There it is. Nice. That extra ability to move on the pikeman, so good. You bastard. Good dodging. Almost time to release the hounds. Good boy. Nice. Well done, Jaeger. Love it. One hit, morale shattered. So, like, for me, the big bonus of the cleaver is the morale shatter, but a dagger does more morale damage. You're kind of better off with the dagger. But then the cleaver can decapitate zombies to stop them from getting up. But then zombies are like the lowest threat in the game, so what does that really matter? Fallen heroes will still get up even if they're decapitated. I think they just can't use their weapons then. I'll tell you, there are some satisfying sound effects in this game. For me, the most satisfying has got to be the two-handed mace, the crunch, and the sound of a thrown axe. Always leave one alive to tell the tale. I've got some shit I need to offload here. Siegfried. His defense is not wonderful. That's better. Bjarni. What does he need? He needs hit points. And his defense is probably fine. His fatigue 85 is fine. That's around 55 with range skill. This guy's damn near as good with a crossbow as he is with his battle standard. That's the 500. Good, so I have a great sword for him. Yeah, lads, I'll give you a battle soon. Don't worry, I'm going to find a nice little harmless group of zombies we can beat up. 400 gold bought for 302. Give me that profit. I'm going to try hang on to this gnarly staff because I'm hoping that an event will pop up and I'll get offered a good amount of money for it. I think that's how that works. Always stock up on nets. And actually give the nets to some of your friggin' archers. I think these throwing axes are not worth it. Let's just leave them with their regular arrows. I feel like bags and belts is probably still worth it on my archers, just for the support items of the throwing nets. I don't need that arming sword. The long axe I don't need. The third greatsword I don't need. But I'm actually I could technically hang on to start collecting a bunch of greatswords. Because theoretically, if you give everybody, or at least your front 7, all greatswords, then you can pretty fearlessly take on Alps. Because you can just swing in big circles and ruin those shadows that they summon pretty damn easily. A successful hunt. Okay, I need a taxidermist and I need a training hall. I want to craft some of the stuff that I got here. And I'm going to training hall some of my lower level lads and then find a big old group of zombies to beat up to get some XP on them. So where is training hall? There you go, training hall is there. And taxidermist. No, taxidermist, huh? Ah, all the way up. Nieuwenried? What you got for me? Greenskins, rampaging. How much are you going to pay me? 1800, no thanks. What is this? Hunt downward terrorizers. That's more my speed. And 1900 gold. Direwolves, 15 of them. Now this, I can get my low level guys in, I think. Ralph the Warhammer Fighter. I might actually not want him to fight. What if I give him the greatsword? 77, that's not good enough. But then again, Tillman, the spear user, isn't much better. The dagger is the least effective, I think, against the wolves. And I feel a lot more confident going in with these lads, because if the flanks gets around it, I've got shield breakers, which will make it totally fine. So let's give, not Gisbert, I think Albrecht and Conrad, give them each a fight. 60 and 71. Okay. We'll leave the pikemen out of this one. What my shield breakers? 83 accuracy, 78 accuracy, 82 and 96 respectively. If I had better one-handed weapons to give them. Fuck it, the shield breakers will do just fine. That's a lot of rabid wolves. Good shooting. Nice hack on. That's essentially bonus damage there. Quick hands. Best skill in the game? Question mark. To make the argument for it. Dine Albrecht. And he's one of the lower level guys. So he's level 8 already. Nice la. Do I just step in here and Hulk smash? Ha ha ha! Didn't even feel the need to take out my shield. He said, moments before regretting not taking out his shield. So if Siegfried goes in there, he can get a big swing in. I think I'm going to wait for Siegfried, and then I can swap out. Anyone in decapitation range? 83, 83. Oh, come on! Okay, that broke the morale a little bit. It's a hell of a first round, don't you think? So admittedly, right there what you saw, that is really what the Spear Masters excel at. I'm not that impressed with the Spear Master, but I will certainly build them on my peasant mob. We're gonna need cheap and effective early game brothers. Get that damage! Oh, yeah. Great shot. Direwolves fleeing? What? Not on my watch. Get him, boy. Ah, meant to release the dog. This is the beauty of being 280 days in. No shortage of doggies. We got a bunch of unhold armor. I think I should turn most of it into unhold armor for the dogs. You bastard! That is the problem with the dogs. One headshot and they die. Piece of shit wolf. He'd better give me a wolf pelt. Or is he just going to slaughter multiple dogs every turn? You know what? Fuck it. Don't risk it. Well fought, boys. In fact, I think I can keep this set up for the moment. My Dagger Master can go in if there's a particular enemy whose armor that I want. That is a pretty damn easy 1800 gold. 1900 gold almost. That's very odd. I'm just comparing my two warbands, and I can't really pick one. I mean, they both have real problems with the way I've leveled them. But overall, they're okay. I think I kind of leans ever so slightly to the experimentals a bit more than the test subjects. Come give me a tip for a nice legendary item. There's a cemetery there to the north, southwest. And I definitely want to hit the training hall and then go clear it out. Ooh, unhold fur cloak. Whoa, a thick cloak made out of a frost unholds majestic white fur. Can be worn atop any armor to make the wearer more resilient against ranged weapons. I don't think I've... You see, additional fur padding is dampen the impact of any blow. I've never made unhold fur cloak before. That's pretty cool, but then again, who really needs the resilience against ranged weapons? My frontline lads, especially the guys who have the coat of plates, need the minus fatigue to make it lighter to wear. Although honestly, I think they could probably benefit from this as well, this armor attachment to reduce the armor piercing damage. Especially someone like Ralph, who doesn't have that much hit points. I think I'm going to give him additional fur padding. Four additional fur paddings. Fuck yeah. Iron Will Potion, and I don't think I need. A Living Tree Shield is interesting. Extra bit of hit points. Okay, so let's swap out. Ooh, that's going to look good as well. That looks great. Only takes 60% of any damage that ignores armor. And doesn't seem to weigh anything either. Is it worth putting this onto only a reinforced male Hauberk? Probably is, because that's pretty much all he can wear right now. I think I'm gonna... The coats of plates, I'm gonna switch out for the extra fatigue as soon as I get it. So I'll tell you what. You backline lads. Let's go like this. Slightly less... 40 less armor hit points, but to reduce armor piercing I think is probably better. That's badass. We all look like, you know, warriors of the north. Bone plating. Full backline has... we've got a full set of bone plating on the backline. So for Biano with his noble mail, I think he probably would be better off with bone plating, but I think that noble mail just looks really cool with that fur attachment. Okay, what else do I need? I could go improved quivers, but I've already got, you know, big enough for all you lads. It's just war dog armor that I need. I may as well make... Oh no, wait, I don't want to spend the glowing resin. I need all three of my resins. I've just got to find some web necks, and then I'll be in business. With the armor, the fatigue reduction on the armor. Sweet. Albrecht, you can, you know what, I think both of my spearmen can probably get semi-retired at this point. I'll put my two high-level lads on the outside flanks. And then Warhammer, Zweihunde, and Hammer. He's only level 3 though, that's super dangerous to put him on the front line. But fuck it, he's got to get those levels. And then there's backups if we need them. Sweet. Okay. Nice. Interesting little episode. Do I want orange? I don't need paints particularly, or antidotes. I'm going to hang on to my ingredients. Week worth of food is plenty. What else can be sold? This stuff is interesting. The Night Owl Elixir. I think it's made with a Alp Eye plus something else. Witch hair, I think it is. But fighting witches, God, it's hard. Okay, so this is the test subjects. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Ooh, training hall right up there. Comparing the two warbands. Of the two, I think I prefer the experimentals, and the ideal warband is probably somewhere in the middle. For me, right now, I think my ideal warband would be two-handed warhammer, greatsword, two-handed mace, dagger / swordsman or cleaver, depending on what I feel like. Sergeant, and then 4 versatile archers. The archers with the archery and thrown weapon skills. Without fearsome. And that is very much what we're going to be going for when the DLC drops. At least on one of our 12-man squads. With the Peasant Horde, I'm going to have to rethink everything. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What you got for us? I don't like these missions. Alps, Unholds, and Hexen. Nah, I've got a few low-level guys who I want to level up, and those are so unpredictable. Anyway, thanks for watching, friends. This is the non-experimentals. This is the test subjects. Thanks for watching. I'm probably only going to be giving you guys an hour of Battle Brothers a week. I really don't want to burn out, and I'm feeling kind of fed up with Battle Brothers, which is not the way I want to be. I want to be fresh and keen for when the DLC comes out. So I hope you enjoyed this. That'll be the last episode of Battle Brothers for a little while. But before you know it, the DLC is going to be out. I have a funny feeling it's going to be March, April, May. I think it'll come out in May. Maybe June at the latest. Anyway, friends, thanks for watching, and see you next time.